Yeah, I'm on the back. So, as we conclude things up, um, this therapy I'm giving is not really even for the religious or the Christian. See, the thing is, no matter how I hit that topic right, because you see, their problem one more time is, they can't, their unhealed trauma is that the superstition that they claim won't appear. And if someone says something, oh, well, they always want to battle back. So they see the thing is, and you see what they should do, what the proper thing would be do, that like when people say disclaimer, the disclaimer say this is for believers only. But you see, their problem is that even that's a conflict of interest because even they can't even agree on anything. So what their problem is, right? That's their unhealed trauma because first of all, the superstition that they're claiming is making them look bad, making them make excuses and act like, you know, toddlers. And then at the same time, when they talk to also other believers, they have disagreements and can't agree. Now, let's shift back to, what I'm really doing here. Right, I'm gonna be real, let's be real. Now, the moral of, me talking to them that way, like I said, was just in humanity itself, right? You can't deny what deny what you want. Because you see, like I said, right? Let's just say if the superstition was real that they're claiming, right? Okay, if that's real, say if this superstitious being had a courtroom, right? Nah, okay. Now, if they're going around denying, right? They're denying, the superstition being you're talking about. You're denying him, her, whatever it is. Now, when you go to that courtroom, they're gonna say, "Did you not deny?" Right now, somebody might say, "Oh well, it's not perfect, not perfect." No. It has nothing to do with being perfect. Right now, we're gonna use the scenario of today, right? You're online talking. Oh well, yeah. Just imagine. You don't have to believe. Just imagine. You don't have to believe in the Bible. Just believe in a. Hey, now they're gonna look and say, okay, say if the Almighty was real, then you'll be guilty, wouldn't you? That's the point I'm saying. Because you can't say that you're not perfect, this and that, and you fall short. Them words, that does not mean anything, because that, right, them words in that so-called kingdom or whatever it is, right, is very detrimental to, how can we say, the ego, the aura of the superstitious being we're talking about, right or wrong. Right. So, my point is, what did I say in my other videos? Now we're getting back to reality again. Right. Again, I'm trying to help them, but reality is this. What did I say? Never let your mental be taken away. Right. Because when your mental is taken away, then you can't say what you have to say. You make yourself look bad. Then you wind up, in shambles like a hamster on a wheel, which never have to be. So that's what I'm saying. So in all reality, what I was telling people was right. Never let your mind get taken away. Once your mind gets taken away, so you can explore, you can have your mind go everywhere. But your mind belongs to you, like my father always told me. Right, biological father always told me, mind belongs to you. Use your mind in every way possible. But that's useful to you, and in the end, it's going to be productive and help others. Right? So that's what you're supposed to do at all costs, no matter what you do, and no matter what's going on out here. So it's just as I said, right, always keep your mental. Never let somebody take your mind to the point to where they have you acting crazy and dumb, and some people get this. Some people are so triggered by just certain words they have no idea what I'm talking about again. Right? I'm not even going to state. That's the thing about me. I'm not going to state who just got that twisted. See, when I say things, I already know who's taking things a certain way. Right. Once more and again, when I say don't let somebody take your mind, I'm talking about in this world. I'm not talking about single things. I'm talking about the world itself. Because you see, we live in a world. See, some people live, and like I said, live in a bubble, live in a fantasy. So when they hear real things, they get triggered about that, the one bubble that they want to focus on. Well, I don't live in a bubble. That's the point. And that's why, like I said, I'm here. So I don't talk to keep you in your bubble that you're in. So right again, like they say disclaimer, if when I talk it keeps you in your bubble, then this therapy is not for you because that means you're not listening. But that means you might need therapy and you can go somewhere else. But like I said, the therapy I give you, you're not gonna hear it like I hear it. Like I give it, and I just know this because, oh yeah, I know this. But again, right? So you don't, you never let your mind itself get taken away. You use your mind, you explore with your mind. As I said, you checkmate with your mind. And you see, that's just how easy it was to talk about that religious subject. That was just really a checkmate. It's not a braggadocious statement because, as I said, we know what kind of world we live in, right? So that was just a checkmate that they allowed to be checkmated because the superstition they talked about didn't appear, right? Just like when somebody's trying to prove a point and they can't prove it and they keep running around like a hamster on a wheel and they stay being that hamster and they stay being that hamster, they stay being that hamster and they try to bring this up and they bring that up and they bring this up and then that never works, right? That person again is just checkmating themselves, right? Meaning they're not healing the trauma that's causing them to be triggered and traumatized in the first place, right? And like they always say, see, right? Like they said, there's two kind of triggers, as I said, right? When people walk by as I talk, some people are in the face a little too hard, but right? So, as I said, there are two kind of triggers, right? You have to trigger people that get triggered because they don't understand really what's going on, or it brings up nonsense, and then you got the triggering, as I said, the trigger effect, where you hear something and you say, okay, let me break this down. Let me show people the reality of it, right? Right, because me personally, when I hear people living in fantasy, that's a trigger moment. Like, why are you fantasizing when we're supposed to be in reality? Now, now some, as I said, can't help it because their unhealed trauma keeps them in a fantasy, right? Because you never be brought to reality, all right? And there's a lot of things people think that's real, and it's not. You're like, no, that's not, it's not real. Just because you do this and do that does not mean you're not in fantasy, right? And some people choose the fantasy lane. Okay, now, okay, right? Now I can talk, if it's religion, I can talk fantasy. I can talk fantasy. Everything out here is real. Everything is out here is real, and right, we're just gonna end it like that for now. Right, everything out here is real, and fantasy and your mind being taken, and now you can't, now you don't know how to express yourself. Now you got to use this and use that, and when you're using it, it's not working. You're using words, and the words are not working for you. The reason why is because there's an unhealed trauma that you yourself haven't healed. So that's just the point. I'm gonna repeat that. It's an unhealed trauma that you haven't healed. And what's that unhealed trauma? The fantasy you live in. Step out of fantasy and get into reality. That's just not even a tip. That's a reality for everyone that understands what that means. Step out of fantasy and get into reality. Then you can flow on in life, and whatever goes on in life, it's gonna go on regardless. And that's reality. This is therapy for now. Peace.